Namaste. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. 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 Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Krishna. Okay, today I'm reading Garuda Purana, chapter 3. It's about 71 verses long. Yep, 71. Yay. Here we go. Atha Durati Yotyayah Garuda Uvacha Yamama Gamati Gramya Katava Papi Yamalaye Gidrushim Yatanam Pumkute Daname Gataya Keshava Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Adiyamtam Ja Bravakushuyami Shiranu Vinata Tamaja Gatyama Nepi Narake Devam Pavishyasi Kamampitahu Jatavan Rimshadiyo Janani Jaturiukatani Kashyapa Bahupiti Pura Dagre Talmaraja Puram Mahat Hahakara Sama Yukatam Durashatava Guranan Dati Pataki Tataguranan Ditam Sama Kalnuya Yamasya Puracharinoh Sama Kalnuya Yamasya Puracharinoh. Sorry. Gatva Ja Tatura Te Salve Pratiharam Padananti Hi Talmatvajahu Pratiharasa Tatura Dishitati Salvada Sa Gatva Chitra Guputaya Purute Tasya Shupam Tatasatam Chitra Guputopi Talmarajam Nivedayat Nasatika Ye Narasita Kushuya Mahapaparatah Sada Tam Shecha Salvanyatha Yogyam Samyagjanati Talmarat Tatapi Chitragupataya Teshum Mapam Sa Purachati Chitraguputopi Salvajinyahu Shiravanana Paripurachati Shiravana Brahmanoh Putraho Shivaipu Padalachari Shivaipu Padalacharinoh Durashravana Vijnana Duradarshana Chakushushoh Deshum Pataniasatatan Pudah Shravanuyah Brataga Huvayah Sutrinam Bijashtuitam Saivam Tam Bijanananti Tatitvatah Naraiha Brachachanana Paratiakusham 야트 브로크땀 짜 그릇땀 짜 야트 살바마 베다야는 띠에 살바마 베다야는 띠에바 지트라고 부다야 때짜 따흐 짜라스테 탈마라자시야 마누쇼여넘 슈파슈파무 마노바즉 마노바그까 마노바그까 야잠 깔마 살밤 자나는띠 따뜨뜨바따흐 따뜨뜨바따흐 에밤 대쇼음 샤크디라스티 말띠야 티카리너무 까타야는띠 그르놈 깔마 슈라바너흐 사티야바디나흐 브라타일다나이시자 사티오크티야 야스토샤야티 따는 나라흐 바바는띠 다시야 때 사오미야흐 스발가 모고셔프라다 스발가 모고셔프라다 이나흐 바비남 바바카이마누이 지냐트바 때 사티아바디나흐 탈마라자뿌라흐 브로크트바 자야는때 두학하다 이나흐 아디디아자는드라 발리로나 라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 라시짱 sorry 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 로나 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 라시짱 바닐로나 라시짱 바닐로나 라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 로나 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 로나 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로나 로나 라시짱 means the obstacle is there. That's why it's not possible yet. That's why you have this thing called practice. You practice and practice. Okay. 아디디아자는드라 비니 바닐로 날라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로 날라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로 날라시짱 바닐로 날라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로 날라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로 날라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로 날라시짱 아디디아자는드라 바닐로 날라시짱 디아울푸미라뽀 흐르다얌 야마시짱 아하시짱 라뜨리시짱 우페짱 사는티에 달마시짱 짜나띠 나라시야 부르타무 달마라 자시치트라고 부타흐 시라바느 파스카라다야흐 야스탐 따뜨라 바시아는띠 빠밤 보노염 자 살바샤흐 에밤 수데시짜얌 그르뜨바 빠비남 빠따감 야마흐 아후야 아후야 아후후 I can't say who 아후야 따는 니잠 루밤 다샤야띠야 다샤야띠야띠 다샤야띠야띠 비셔너무 바베슈트스테 브라파시아는띠 야마루밤 파얌 까라무 다눈더 하스담 마하가얌 마히쇼파리 삼세티따무 브랄라얌 부다닐코샴 가지잘라 사느니 가지잘라 사느니 밤 가지잘라 사느니 밤 사느니 가지잘라 사느니 밤 가지잘라 사느니 밤 비디오트 브라파 유타일 피 비디오트 브라파 유타일 비디오트 브라파 유 비디오트 브라파 유타일 피맘 비디오트 브라파 유타일 피맘 드바 드림샤드 푸자 사미우 드바 드림샤드 푸자 사미우 따무 요자나뜨라 요자나스타 나스나뜨라야 요자나뜨라야 비스타람 마비두리야 빌로짜나무 담셰뜨르 까라 라반타남 담셰뜨르 까라 라바다남 담셰뜨르 까라 라바다남 라크딱 쿠샴 딜카나 시카무 무르띠우즈 자라 디비륙 무르띠우즈 자라 무르띠우즈 주라 지바라 무르띠우즈 지바라 디피리우 그따시치트라 구프토피 피셔너흐 살베 두다시자 깔자는띠 야마뚜리야 스다다는띠께 땀 드르셔트바 바야피 따스투 하헤띠 바다떼 칼라흐 아다뜨따다나흐 빠빠뜨마 까문빠떼 그라는 다떼 뿌나흐 따또 바다띠 따는 살바는 끄라는 단 따는 살바는 끄라는 다마 끄라는다 따는 살바는 끄라는 다마 남시자 빠비나흐 쇼짜따 스바니 깔마누이 지트라구부토 야마지냐야흐 야마지냐야 sorry 포흐 빠빠 두라짜라 아함까라빠라두 슈이따흐 기말타말 지땀 빠밤 유시마 피라 비백기피 유시마 피라 비백기피흐 까마꾸로타 디아두트빠는 까마꾸로타 디아두트빠는 남 상은가메나 짜빠비나무 따뜨빠밤 두허카담 무더허 기말탐 짜리땀 짜나흐 그르다바는 따흐 뿌라 유얌 빠빠니아띠아는 할딸 따할수 빠빠니아띠아는 따할 수 있다 흐 따타이바 야따나 포기야 흐 기미다님 빠랑응 무카 흐 그르다니 야니 빠빠니 유시마 피흐 수바후니아피 따니 빠빠니 두허카시야 까라넘 나짜 반짜나 물캐피 빠는두이때 빠삐 다리들의 바 시리아는 비때 사발레 닐발레 바삐 사마발티 야마흐 스무르따흐 지트라쿠프타시아티 바기암 슈르트바테 바비나스타다 쇼짜는 따흐 스바니 깔마누이 두시누임 드시터는띠 드시잘라흐 달마라 조삐 따는 들으셨더바 조라바는 드시잘라 스티따는 아지냐 빠야띠 빠빠남 샤스티 짜이바 야토치따마 야토치따마 따따스때 닐다야 두따스따드 이트바 바다는 띠짜 까츠차 빠삐는 마하 고라는 나라가 나띠 피셔너는 빠삐는 마하 고라는 나라가니 나띠 피셔너는 블라블라 About 40% done. 빠빈 마하 고라는 나라가 나 빠삐는 마하 고라는 나라가 나띠 피셔너는 빠삐는 마하 고라는 나라가 나띠 피셔너는 본물 빠삐는 마하 고라는 나라가는 납띠 빠삐는 마하 고라는 나라가 나띠 피셔너는 몸물 빠삐는 마하 고라는 나라가 나피 나띠 빠삐는 마하 고라는 나라가 나띠 피셔너는 야마지냐 가리노 두다흐 브라짜는더 짜는더가 짜는더 야다야 짜는더 가다야흐 에까빠셰나 따는 바드트바 나야는 띠 나라가는 빠라띠 따뜨라 브르쿠쇼 마하네코 지발라다그니 사마프라파흐 반짜요자나 비스틸너 에까요자나 무츠치리 에까요자나 무츠치리따흐 따드브르쿠쇼에 시름카라일 바드트바 토무캄 시름칼라일 바드트바 토무캄 시름칼라일 바드트바 토무캄 시름칼라일 바드트바 토무캄 다더야는 띠때 루다는 띠 지발리다 스타트라 때슈음 드라다 나 비디아때 다스미는 바이 샤를 말리 버럭구슈에 라면 받는 때 내까빠 비나흐 구쇼트 비빠사 파리시라는 따 야마두 다이시자 따두이따흐 구쇼마트밤 포빠라탐 메 그릇단 잘리부터 이띠 비지냐 빠야는 띠 따는 빠 비실터스 때 따는 빠 비실터스 때 니라시라야 허 Okay, halfway done. 뿌나시짱 때 두다이 하니하는 때 로하야실도이 피허 무드가라이스 또마라이허 꾸는 딸가다 필무사 와일 프르샤머 꾸는 딸가다 무사라일 프르샤머 꾸는 딸가다 필무사라일 프르샤머 다더나 쯔짜이바 니실자실더 물치치다 시자 파바는 띠때 따탕 니실자실도이다는 들으셨더바 낑은 까라스 때 까다는 띠히 빠빠 두라자라허 기말탐 두실더 자실도이다머 술라파니 나 따뜻하니 잘라니아는 나 니아삐 그바제트 그라살드 타마삐 노 따뜻함 나 시바바야 사열 발리무 시바바야 사열 발리무 나마스 그릇다 나띠 티오 나 그릇담 베트르 딸빠너무 야마시야 제트라 구프타시야 나 그릇담 티아나 무드담아무 나 자브타시짱 따열 많은 뜨로 나 파베디에나 야다나 나비 겐체트 그릇담 딜테 부지다 나이바 데바땅아흐 그르하 시라마스티 또 나비 그르하 시라마스티 때 나비 하는 따까로비 노드 트르따흐 슈슈루 슈이땅 시짱 노 사는 또 봄꽃슈방 바파람 스바야무 야타스드밤 달마히 노시 따따흐 삼따 두여세 부르셔무 구셔마 빠라탐 구루테 파가바느 하리리 시바라흐 바얌 뚜 사바라타남 따는 더다 히 따다 지냐야 에바 무크드바 짜때 두다 닐다얌 따더야는 띠 따는 지발라 당은가라 사드르샤흐 파피타스 따더나다 파티타스 따더나다타흐 에타나 뜻다시야 파트라이시자 가트라츠체도 파베트 따따흐 따나타흐 파티타는 시바노 바꾸셔야 하는 띠, 루다는 띠, 때. One second. Music is either too loud or too low all the time. 루다는 따스 때, 따또. 두달무카마부리아 레누 피흐 니바드티아 비비타이흐 바샤이하니아는데 깨삐 무드가라이흐 바비나흐 깨삐 피디아는데 그라까짜이흐 가시트바드 그라까짜이흐 가시트바드 가시트 그라까짜이흐 가시트바드 비드바 sorry. Grakachai Hkashitavada Devi Grakachai Hkashitavada Devita 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 Kushiputava Janye Tarapurashutwe Kutaraihe Kananda Shahe Kuratahe Altam Kataba Batue Getchid 피디하는데 물트니 사야카이흐 아빠레 야는 드라마티아스타흐 비두여는데 짜쿠슈다는더 바트 Getchid 브라지발라마 나이스투 상은가라흐 바리또 푸르샤무 우르무까일 베실터 베실터 이트바 우르무까일 베실터 이트바 자 트마야는 때 로하 빼는 더 밭 로하 빼는 더 바트 getchid 크르타마예 바케 다일라바케 다타 바레 가터 하쿠슈이프타 바트 가터 하쿠슈이프타 바트 브라쿠슈이피하는데 야타스 따따흐 깨찌는 맡다가 쟤는 깨찌는 맡다가 쟤는 드라놈 구슈이 피하는데 보라따흐 파티 마드트바 하스다우 짜 바다우 짜 그리하는데 깨삐아 토무카흐 구슈이 피하는데 깨삐 구베슈 바디하는데 깨삐 바이바타트 니마그나흐 그름이 꾸는 두에슈 두디하는데 그름이 피흐 빠레 바지라 두는 너의 마하가가의 그르트라이라 미셔크르 그르투누피흐. 바지라 두는 너의 마하가가의 그르트라이라 미셔그르 투누피흐. 니시쿠슈연 니시쿠슈연은 때 니로데셰 시로데셰 나트레 바시에 짠쭈피흐. 런엄 바이 브랄타야는 띠아니에 데히 사이바 타남 마마 야말로케 마야 드르셔두어 카남메 바쿠슈이땀 뜨바야 에밤 비바다마나남 바비남 나라카라예 치트뜨바 삼담샤 깔두다 마음 삭하는 너는 다다는 띠 마음 삭하는 너는 다다는 띠 자 에밤 삼다 두이었다는 두다흐 삼구를 쉬어 야마샤사나트 다스미스트라디슈 고레슈 구슈이 비하는데 나라케슈 짱 나라까 두허카바훌라 스타트라 부르쿠샤사미 빠따흐 데시바스티 야는마하 두허캄 다드바 자마피아 고짜라무 자투라시 딜라쿠쇼니 누이 나라케 사는띠 캣짜라 대슈 마티에 코라타마 타오레야 스트베카 빔샤티흐 타미시로 로하샴쿠 시짱 마하라오라바샤를 말리 라우라바흐 구드말라흐 까라수 드라카흐 무티무르뜨티카흐 삼카또 로히토 다시짱 사비셔흐 삼프라타 빠나흐 마하니야카야 니라야카 마하니라야카 콜라우 마하니라야카 콜라우 삼지바나마하 바타우 아비제라는 타타미스트라흐 아비제라는 타타미스트라흐 꿈은 피바 가스타 타이바 짜 삼프라타 바나나 메카스타 바나스테베카 빔샤티흐 9 verses left. 삼프라타 바나나 메카스타 바나스트베카 빔샤티흐 삼프라타 바나나 메카스타 바나스트베카 빔샤티흐 나나 비드마야흐 살베 나나 페다흐 브라카를 비타흐 나나 바카비파 카시자 갱은가로 카이라 낑낑가로 카이라 낑낑가로 카이라 티슈 낑낑가로 낑낑가로 카이라 티슈 투이따흐 에테슈 빠띠따 무터흐 빠 무터흐 빠베시터 달마발지따흐 따뜨라 분자는 띠 까를빠는 땀 따스따 나라까야 따나흐 야스따 미스라는 타따 미스라 타라우라바 디아 시장. Almost done. Yeah. 야스따 미스라는 타 야스따 미스라는 타따 미스라 라우라바 디아 시장. One more. 야스따 미스라는 타 야스따 미스라는 타따 미스라 라우라바 디아 시장. Sorry, one more. 야스따 미스라는 타따 미스라 라우라바 디아 시장. 야따나흐 붐 끝에 나로 빠 나리 빠 미타흐 삼게나 닐미트따흐 에밤 굿조문 밤 비프라노 우다람은 파라 에바 빠 벼스르지에 호파얌 브레티아 붐 끝에 따뜻팔라미 드르샤므 Okay, the camera is slowing down a little bit. I'm gonna reset the camera. Just give me, I'm not going anywhere. Just give me 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Sorry, my setup isn't the best, but it's the best setup I've ever had in my life. I don't know what that tells you. Okay, so where was I? Okay, 4 verses left. 에까흐 브라파디아테 드바는 땀 헤트베담 스밤 깔레바람은 구샬로타라파텟 구샬라토라 구샬레타라파테요 구샬레타라파테요 부다드로 헤너 야드 푸르따무 다이베나 사디땀 따시야 샤말레 니라예 부마느 붐 끝에 꿀뚜문바 보셨 꿀뚜문바 보셨시야 흐르타드라비야 이바 뚜라흐 게발레나 히아탈메너 꿀뚜문바 파라누어 드수까 꿀뚜문바 파라누어 드수까흐 어머 꿀뚜문바 파라노트 수까흐 꿀뚜문바 파라노트 수까흐 야티 지보는 타따 미스람 자라마는 따마사흐 빠다무 아타스타는 나라 로카시아 야바디리아 다나 다야흐 그라마샤흐 사마누크라미아 보나라드라 브라제츠 추르치흐 보나라드라 브라제츠 추르치흐 보나라드라 브라제츠 추르치흐 이티 시리가루드 브라누에 사로드타레 야마야다나 니루파남 나마 뚜르티오티아야흐 Okay, we'll take a little break. Read for 40 minutes. 71 verses in 40 minutes. Getting a little better, a little better. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so it's Garuda Purana, chapter 3. Here we go. Chapter 3, An Account of the Torments of Yama. Garuda said, what are the torments like that the sinful suffers, having passed along the way of Yama into the abode of Yama? Tell me this, O Keshava. The Blessed Lord said, listen, O descendant of Vinata. Vinata, I will tell it to you from the beginning to the end. Even at the description of hell, you will tremble. 440 yojanas, O Kashyapa, beyond the city of Babupiti, lies the great city of the King of Justice. The sinful man cries when he hears the mingled wails of O, O, and having heard his cry, those who walk about in the city of Yama all go to the doorkeeper and report it to him. The doorkeeper, Taimatwaja, always stands there. He, having gone to Chitragupta, reports the good and evil deeds. Then Chitragupta tells it to the King of Justice. The men who are deniers, O Dhargoshuya, and always delight in great sin, these are all, as is proper, well known to the King of Justice. Nevertheless, he asked Chitragupta about their sins. Chitragupta, although he is all-knowing, inquires of the Shravanas. The Shravanas are the sons of Brahman who wander in heaven, on earth, and in the nether regions, hear and understand at a distance, and see a long way off. Their wives have a similar nature and are called distinctively Shravanuis. They know accurately all that is done by women. These report to Chitragupta everything that is said and done, openly and secretly, by men. These followers of the King of Justice know accurately all the virtues and vices of mankind, and the karma born of mind, speech, and body. Such is the power of these who have authority over mortals and immortals. Thus do these truth-speaking Shravanas relate the actions of men. To the man who pleases them by austerity, charity, and truthful speech, they become benevolent, granting heaven and liberation. Knowing the wicked actions of the sinful, those truth speakers relating them before the King of Justice become dispensers of misery. The sun and moon, fire, wind, sky, earth and water, the heart, Yama, day and night, the two twilights and justice, know the actions of men. The King of Justice, Chitragupta, Shravanas, the sun, and others see fully the sins and merits of the embodied being. Then Yama, having assured himself concerning the sins of the sinful, summons them and shows them his own very terrible form. Very sinful people behold the terrifying form of Yama, huge of body, rod in hand, seated on a buffalo, roaring like a cloud at the time of Pralaya, like a mountain of lamp black, terrible with weapons gleaming like lightning, possessing 32 arms, extending 3 yojanas, with eyes like wells, with mouth gaping, with formidable fangs, with red eyes and a long nose. Even Chitrakubuta is fearful, attended by death, fever, and others. Near to him are all the messengers, resembling Yama, roaring. Having seen him, the wretch, overcome with fear, cries, "Oh, oh!" The sinful soul who made no gifts trembles and cries again. Then, by command of Yama, Chitrakubuta speaks to all those sinners who are crying and bewailing their kaimas. O you sinners, evildoers, polluted with egoism, injudicious, why ever did you commit sin? O you foolish people, why ever did you commit that misery-giving sin which is born of lust, anger, and association with the sinful? Hitherto you have committed sins with great delight, and thereby are now destined for torment. It is no use turning your faces away. The sinful actions done by you are very many, and those sins are the cause of unavoidable misery. It is known that Yama deals equally with the fool and the learned, the beggar and the wealthy, the strong and the weak. Hearing these words of Chitrakubuta, the sinful then grieve over their kaimas and remain silent and motionless. The king of justice, seeing them standing motionless like thieves, has fitting punishment ordered for the sinful. Then the cruel messengers, having beaten them, say, "Go along, you sinner, to the very dreadful, terrifying hells." The messengers, Prachananda, Chandaka, and others, executors of the sentences of Yama, having bound them with one noose, lead them towards the hells. There's both mean fierce and violent. There's one big tree there, glowing like a blazing fire. It covers 5 yojanas and is 1 yojana in height. Having bound them on the tree by chains, head downwards they beat them. They for whom there is no rescuer cry, burning there. Many sinful ones are hung on that silk cotton tree, exhausted by hunger and thirst, and beaten by the messengers of Yama. Oh, forgive my faults. With suppliant hands, those most simple people, helpless, implore the messengers. Again and again, they are forcibly struck by the messengers with metal rods, with hammers, with iron clubs, with spears, with maces, and with big pestles. Thus beaten, they become still, swooning away. Then, seeing them quiet, the servants address them thus: "O you sinners, you evildoers, why ever did you commit such wicked deeds? You did not even make the easy water and food offerings at all. You did not give even half a mouthful of food to the dog or the crows, nor honor your guests, nor make the water offering to the forefathers. You did not meditate well upon Yama and Chitrakubuta, nor repeat their manantra, along with which torment cannot exist. You never visited any places of pilgrimage, nor worshipped the deities. Though living as a householder, you did not even express compassion. You did not do any acts of service, suffer the fruits of your own sin. Because you are devoid of righteousness, you deserve to be beaten. Forgiveness of faults is done by the Lord Hari, Ishibara. We only punish miscreants as we are ordered." Thus, having spoken, the messengers beat them mercilessly, and on account of the beating, they fall down like glowing charcoal. In falling, their limbs are cut by the sharp leaves, and they cry, fallen down and bitten by dogs. There the mouths of those who are crying are filled with dust by the messengers, and being bound with various nooses, some are beaten with hammers. Some of the sinful are cut with saws, like firewood, and others thrown flat on the ground are chopped into pieces with axes. Some, their bodies half buried in a pit, are pierced in the head with arrows. Others, fixed in the middle of a machine, are squeezed like sugar cane. Some are surrounded closely with blazing charcoal and wrapped with torches and smelted like a lump of ore. Some are plunged into heated butter, and others into heated oil, and like a cake thrown into the frying pan, they are turned about. Some are thrown in the way, in front of huge maddened elephants, and some with hands and feet bound are placed head downwards. Some are thrown into wells, some are hurled from heights, others plunged into pits full of worms, are eaten away by them. By the hard beaks of huge flesh-eating crows and vultures, they are pecked in the head, eyes, and faces. Others clamor, give up my wealth, which you owe me. In the world of Yama, I see my wealth being enjoyed by you. Thus disputing, the sinful in the hell region are given pieces of flesh torn off with pincers by the messengers. Thus quarreling, they are taken hold of by the messengers by order of Yama and thrown into the dreadful hells, Da Misra and others. Hells full of great misery are there, near to the tree, in which there is great misery indescribable in words. There are 84 lakhs of hells, O bird, the midst of which are 21 most dreadful of the dreadful. I'm gonna read the names of hell in English because it doesn't make sense. Let me just double check here. 21, 1 to 21. Darkness, iron spears, very terrible silk cotton tree, terrible blossoming, the threat of death, sticking clay, accumulation, iron weights, poisonous, burning, the great exit, crows, owls, living together, the great path, waveless, besetting darkness, based like a pot, burning hot. Maybe I'll read the Sanskrit too. Tam Misra Loha Shanganku Maharauraba Shalamali Rauraba Kudamala Kalasutraka Putimu Murati Muratatika Puti Muratatika Sangankita Sangankata Lohitoda Sabisha Samprata Pana Mahaniraya Niraya Kaka Ulu Sanjivana Mahapatin Aviji Antata Misra Kumpipaka Sampratapana Antapana. In all 21, all from the various afflictions and diseases of different classes, the various fruits of sin, and inhabited by multitudes of servants. The sinful fools, devoid of righteousness, who have fallen into these, experience there until the end of the age the various torments of hell. Men and women suffer the torments of Da Misra, Antata Misra, Rauraba, and other hells, which are produced by secret association. Thus he who was holding a family or gratifying his belly, having given up both, and being departed, obtains appropriate fruit. Having cast off his body, which was nourished at the expense of other creatures, he goes alone to hell, provisioned with the opposite of happiness. The man experiences in a foul hell what is ordained by his fate, like an invalid who has been robbed of his wealth, the support of his family. The individual who was fond of supporting his family by unrighteous means alone goes to Antata Misra, which is the place of uttermost darkness. Having experienced in due order the torments below, he comes here again, purified. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break. Okay, I'm back. Bhagavad Gita, Book 1, chapter 146. 남았을 때 드리물타남 사브다라시빔 그르누이 슈에 누나마그님 그르누이 슈에 누나마그님 비트로루 바스테 우셔트 다마시아 짜라토 투루바시아 비시바 디보 로짜나빠 프리밤 사무 우쿠쇼 마하무 아피 바바쿠쇼 에네 아자라스타스타 비타루 우딜 아자라스타스타 비타우딜 바시바흐 아자라스타스타 비타우딜 바시바흐 almost 아자라스타스타 비타우딜 딜 아자라스타스타 비타우딜 바시바흐 할비야흐 바도 니 다타티 사나오 히라는 띠우토 아루쇼소 아시아 사마남 바드사마피 삼자라는 띠 비시바그테누 비짜라타흐 수메케 아나파브르주얌 아트바노 미마네 비시바는 깨땀 아티 마호 다타네 디라사흐 바담 까바요 나야는 띠 나나 후르다 라쿠셔마노 아주리야무 sorry 시슈 사는 따흐 바리아파시아는 따 시는 투마 비레피오 아파바트 수리오 느르르는 오케이 니그 디드르크 슈엔 오여흐 바리 까시트수 제니아 이루에니오 마호 알파야 지바세 부르트라 야다파바트수라 하이피오 갈페피오 마카바 비시바다이 샤타흐 남았을 때 Along the seven reigned the triple-headed Agni, all perfect in his parents' bosom, sunk in the lap of all that moves and moves not, him who hath filled all luminous realms of heaven. As a great steer he grew to these his parents, sublime he stands, untouched by eld far-reaching. He plants his footsteps on the lofty ridges of the broad earth, his red flames lick the udder. Coming together to their common youngling, both cows fair-shaped spread forth in all directions, measuring out the paths that must be traveled, entrusting all desires to him the mighty. The prudent sages lead him to his dwelling, guarding with varied skill the ever-youthful. Longing they turned their eyes unto the river, to these the Son of Man was manifested. Born noble in the regions, aim of all men's eyes, to be implored for life by great and small alike. Far as the wealthy one has spread himself abroad, he is the sire, all visible, of this progeny. Okay, taking a break. Okay, I'm back. Now it's Yoga Sutra, starting from verse 10. Not gonna do that many. I wanna do Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 today, which is like 70, almost 80 verses long, which is a lot of verses. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Ta samana ditvam ja shishuo nityatvat ta sam pasana nama shishuo nityatva ditvam yanamatma shilma na pubam puya samiti salvasya duroshyate sa na svabhaviki svamabhiki kasmat jatamatrasya janantora nanu putamara no talmakasya dvesho duhaka no sumurati nimitata. Sorry. Dvesho duhaka no sumurati nimitato. Paranotra sahu katam pavet na ja svabhavikam vasutu nimitata mupadate. Tasma dana divasana nubidatamidam jetatam nimitata vashataka shichidava vasana pratilapya purushasya poga yopa vaitata iti katoprasada pradipakalpam samkocha vikasi jetatam. This is C, right? Man, this printing sucks. Carto. She. Huh? Good thing I looked it up. Samkocha vikashi jitatam sharira pariman. You know what? I'll double check. That's just messed up. Sorry, I have to look it up. At least everything is online. Imagine me trying to find the physical copy of this thing. 4 different versions, physical copy. Do they exist? C. Huh. Alright. Jitatam sharira paramano sharira sharira parimano karamatra mityat pare. One more. Sharira parimano karamatra mityapare. Sharira parimano karamatra mityapare. Pratipananaha. Sharira parimano karamatra mityakap. Sharira parimano karamatra mityapare. Pratipananaha. Tata janantara bhavaha samsara shicha yukata iti. Purutatiravasya vipunashichitasya. Number 1. Punaha vipunaha samkocha sinityacaryaha. Samkocha sinityacaryaha. Tachicha Talmadini pitata pekushama. Talmadini mitata pekushama. Nimitatam cha devivitama. Bahyama tyatamikam. I want to double check this. Cha, just in case. Yeah, cool. Shariradi satana. Shariradi satana pekusham. Bahyam sututidana pivadanadi. Sututidana piva. Sututidana pivadanadi. Chitamatratinam Shradhatadya Tyatamikama. Tata Jogatama. Ye Jaite. Maitriyadayo Tyaginam Viharasate Bahyasatanani La Nugrahatamana. Bahyasatanani La Nugrahatamanaha. Bahyasatanani nira. Bahyasatanani la nugrahatmanaha. Prakrishatam 달마마 비닐 발다야는띠. 달마마 비닐 발다야는띠. 다열마사남 발리야흐. 가탐 지냐나 바이라기에 게나티샤이에나 게나티샤이야테 다눈더카라누염 자 Chitita palavia tirekeno. Chitita palavia tirekeno. Sharireno kaimano. Shunyam kahu. Kaitumutu saheta. Kaitumutu saheta. Samudra magasatya. Samudra magasatya badada. Badava. Samudra magasatya badava. Samudra magasatya badava. Bibet. I'm gonna check 2 words. This one. And Maitriya. I think that's right. Maitriya. Yeah, cool, got it. Furthermore, these have no beginning, since desire is permanent. These subconscious impressions, because of the permanence of desire, have no beginning. This well-known desire for oneself, may I not cease to be, may I be, which is found in every one, is not self-caused. Why? How could the fear of death, determined by the recollection of hatred and of pain, arise in an animal just brought into life in a condition wherein death has never been experienced? Furthermore, a self-caused thing does not need an efficient cause. It is for these reasons that this mind stuff, commingled with subconscious impressions, which have no beginning, by the efficient cause lays hold of certain subconscious impressions, and presents itself for the experience of the self. Others have come to the conclusion that, like a lamp which is contracted, a jar and diffused, a palace, the mind stuff has such a form, the dimension of the body, and thus there is an intermediate state and there is ground for the ground of rebirths. It is only this all-pervasive fluctuation which contracts and expands, so the Master says. This, furthermore, requires such efficient causes as right living, and this efficient cause is of two kinds, that which is external and that which has to do with self. The external requires the body and other means, such as praises and almsgiving and salutations. That which, like belief for instance, has to do with self is subject to mind stuff only, and in this sense it has been said. As for friendliness and such, they are the diversions of contemplative. They are in their essence unaided by outer means. They bring right living to perfection. Of these two, that of the central organ is the stronger. How is this? Knowledge and passionlessness are unsurpassed by any other. Who by bodily action and without the force of mind stuff could empty the Dandoka forest, or like Agastya drink up the sea. I'm gonna take a little break, I think. No, a little break. Okay, I'm back. Hatu pala shiraya lamanbanaihe samguruhi tatva desho mapave tadapavahe 햇둘 탈마트 수카마 탈마트 두학함 햇둘 탈마트 수카마 탈마트 햇둘 탈마트 수카마 탈마트 두학함 햇둘 탈마트 수카마 두 햇둘 탈마트 수카마 탈마트 두 살마 탈마트 두학함 Testing a little better. 햇둘 탈마트 수카마 탈마트 두 햇둘 탈마트 수카마 탈마트 두학함 수카드라고 두하카드 드베셔드 두하카드 드베셔드 두하카드 드베셔스 따따시 두하카드 드베셔스 따따시자 브라야트나스테나 마나사 빠짜 가야나 빠 파리스 빠는다마나흐 파라마누그르흐 너디 파라마누그르흐 너디우파하는디 바 따따흐 보날탈마우 보날탈마우 수카도허케 라가드베쇼비티 브라브르트티미담 브라브르트티미담 쇼더람 삼사라 차크라무 아시야 짜 프라티쿠셔노마 발타마나스야 비디야 나트리 무람 살바클레샤나 미티에쇼 햇두흐 팔람투 야마시리티야 야시야 프라티우트 파는나타 달마데흐 나 히아불보잔 빠자나 히아불보 빠자나흐 마나수투 사티카라마시라요 바사나나무 나 히아바시타 티카레 마나시 니라시라야 바사나흐 스타투 무트사하는 때 야다피무키 푸담 바스투 얌 바사남 비아나크티 다시야 스타다 라문바나무 다스타 스타다 라문바나무 다시양 스타다 사타시야 스타다 라문바나무 Printing just sucks. 에밤 헤투팔라 시라야 라문바나이레타이흐 헤투팔라 시라야 라문바나이레타이흐 삼그르히다흐 살바 바사나흐 에셔마파베 따뜻삼시라 너마피 바사나나마파바흐 바사나나마파바흐 Sins are associated with cause and motive and mental substrate and stimulus. If these cease to be, then those cease to be. As to cause, from right living results pleasure, from wrong living pain, from pleasure passion, from pain aversion, and from this struggle. Quivering in central organ or in vocal organ or in body with this. He either helps or injures another. From this again result right living and wrong living, pleasure and pain, and passion and aversion. Thus revolves the six-spoked wheel of the rhino rebirths. And as it ceaselessly revolves, undifferentiated consciousness, the root of all the hindrances, is its motive power. such is cause. But the motive is that with reference to which any condition such as right living becomes operative. For it is not the rise of anything new. The central organ, however, while its task is yet unfulfilled, is the mental substrate of subconscious impressions. For when the task of the central organ is fulfilled, the subconscious impressions, now without mental substrate, are not able to persist. When a thing confronted phenomenalizes any subconscious impression, then is the stimulus of that. Thus all subconscious impressions are associated with these causes and motives and mental substrates and stimuli. If they cease to be, the subconscious impressions cohering with them also cease to be. I think I'm gonna do one more. Yeah, just one more. Na satya sattah sampavah na ja sati sato vinasha iti diravyatavana sampavyanantya sampavanantyah katham nivaldishyanante vasana iti atitanagadam svarupatosya tva pedad taimanam svarupatosya tva pedad taimanam svarupatosya tva pedad taimanam svarupatosya tva pedad taimanam Pavishuyadavya 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 kamana gata manuputa vyakati kamatitam Pavishuyadavya kamana gata manuputa vyakati kamatitam. One more. Pavishuyadavya kamana gata manuputa vyakati kamatitam. Svabhyaparoparutam Valtamanam Trayam Chaitad Vasutu Jnanasya Jnayam Yadi Chaitat Svarupato Na Pavishyan Nadam Nibishayam Jnana Muda Patasyata Tasmadati Tanagatam Svarupatosati Kimcha Pogapagi Yasya Vapavalgapagi Yasya Va Kaimanaha Palamutapitusu Yadi Nirupa Kyamiti. I can't tell. Nirupa Kyamiti. This. Yeah, okay. Tadudu Deshana Dena Nimititena Kushala Nushirtanam Na Yujieta Satashicha Palasya Nimititam Baltamani Karanue Samaltam Na Purvopajanane Siddhitam Nimititam Naimititi Kasya Naimititi Kasya Vishesho Nugrahanam. Number 1. Graham. Visheshwa Nugraham. Gurute Na Purva Mutu Padayati Ti. Na Purva Mutu Padayati Ti. Yati, yati, yati. Na Purva Mutu Padayati. 탈미 자 내가 탈마스와 파바스타시아 자 트바페데나 탈마흐 브라티아바스티타흐 나자 야타 발타마남 비아그티 비셰쇼 바는남 드라비아토스티에 바마티 드라비아토스티에 바마티 타나가타 나가탐 마티탐 마나가탐 Tamanagatam Dravio Dravia Tosutieva Mati Tamanagatam Dravia Tosutieva Mati Tamanagatam Cha Va Gatam Dalhi Sivanaiva Biangangasiena Biangangiena Sivaru Penona Gatamin Sivaru Penona Gatamasati Sivana Janu Puta Vyagatikena Janu Puta Vyagatikena Janu Puta Vyagatikena Sivaru Penoti Tamiti Sivaru Penoti Tamiti. Sorry. Means I'm getting tired a little bit. Sivana Janu Puta Vyagatikena Janu Puta Vyagatikena Sivaru Penoti Tamiti. Sivaru Penoti Tamiti Paltamanasiaiva Tuvanaha Sivaru Pavyagatiriti Sivaru Pavyagatiriti Na Sa Pavatyati Danagata Yora Tuvanoha Ekasya Ja Tuvanaha Samaye Dvavatuvana Dvavatuvana Talmi Samanan Bagatao Pavata Eveti Na Putva Pavasatrayana Matuvana Miti Pavasatrayana Matuvana Miti. Since there is no production of that which is non-existent, nor destruction of that which is existent, how will subconscious impressions, by reason of their existence as things, cease to exist? Past and future as such exist, for the different time forms belong to the external aspects. The future is that the phenomenalization of which is yet to come. The past is that the phenomenalized of which has been experienced. The present is that which has entered into its functional activity. And this threefold thing is the object for the knowledge. And if they did not exist as such, this knowledge, not having any object, would not emerge. Therefore, past and future as such exist. Moreover, if the result of the karma, either that which is conducive to experience or that which is conducive to liberation, when it is yet to emerge, but without any describable existence, then the actions of the wise, directed towards this, for the purpose of this, would have no ground. and a cause is capable of making an already existent result present, but not of producing something new. The efficient cause, when fully established, gives aid to the particularized of the effect, but it does not cause anything new to come into existence. A substance, moreover, consists of a number of external aspects, and by variation of this, time forms, the external aspects are in successive states. The past or the future does not, like the present, exist as a material thing in that it has been changed into a particularized phenomenal form. How then is it? The future has its peculiar existence as a thing yet to be phenomenalized. The past has its peculiar existence as having unphenomenalized, already experienced. Indeed, phenomenalized of the thing itself belongs to the present time form only. This cannot be for the past and the future time forms. And while one time form is present, the two time forms are of course inherent in the substance. Hence the three time forms do not come into a state of existence after having been in a state of non-existence. Kind of want to do one more. Maybe I'll do one more. Yeah, just one more. 네, 비아크타수 그시마 구너뜨마나흐 네, 카를바미 드리아트바노 달마 발타마나 비아크타트마노 디다나가타흐 수그시마트마나흐. Number 2. 나흐. शद विशेषरूपाः षड् विशेषरूपाः सर्वामिदां गुणानां संविभे षड् विशेषरूपाः. How did it mean? सर्वामिदां गुणानां सविशेषमात्र 삼니베샤비셰셔마트라미티 파라마타토 구나트마나흐 तथा शास्त्रानुशासनम् गुणानां परमं रूपं न दृश्यत्वै परपथा पुरुषच्छति दृश्यत्वै पथा पुरुषच्छति यातु दृश्यत्वै पथं प्राप्तं तन्मायवा सुतुच 착감 इति Wow. I think I've been through this. This is referring to that footnote right there. And I think there's no alternative to the 수뚜그 착담 iti. I'll double check anyway. 수뚜즈 착감은 same thing. 수뚜즈 착감은 same thing. 수뚜쭈 착가무 이띠. Alright, there's no alternative. Oh well. These are phenomenalized or subtle. Their essence is the aspects. These are, of course, those external aspects with the three time forms. Those which are the present. Those which are subtle are the past and the future, the six non-particulars. Since this whole world is nothing more than a particular collocation of aspects, it has, in the strict sense, the aspects as its essence. And in this sense, the exposition of the system has said, the aspects from their utmost height come not within the range of sight, but all within the range of sight. A phantom seems an empty quiet. Was the rhyming necessary? Alright, I'm taking a break. So I'm gonna do Bhagavad Gita. It's getting more and more fun for me because I've been doing it over and over and over. One day I'm gonna memorize it. I don't know when. I've read it like maybe 10 times, 12 times already. Okay, taking a break. Okay, I'm back. Sound died. Yay. Okay, so now I'm gonna do Bhagavad Gita chapter 2. It's one of the most crucial chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So once again, Bhagavad Gita is actually a crucial book of yoga. Yoga means the restriction of the fluctuations of the mind stuff. Oh yeah, I dropped it. And what that means is you become a robot in the real sense. I've run out of my cough medicine. It sucks. Life sucks. Yeah, way to do this on camera. Baffle me. Okay, here we go. At least I could read Sanskrit. Can you? As crazy can be, but he's okay. He reads Sanskrit in the original Aryan accent. Okay, here we go. 넘었을 때 아타 드비티 요티아야흐 상키야 요가흐 산자야 우바짜 땀 따타 그룹바야 비시터 마슈루푸 너 구레쿠셔너무 비 비슈이다는 땀이담 바기야 무바짜 마투수 다나흐 Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutasitva Kashimalamidam Vishame Samupasatitam Anarya Jushitamasavagya Maki Tikara Muljan Marjuna. Almost. Anarya Jushitamasavagya Maki Tikara Marjuna. Gulaibiam Ma Sama Kamahu Baita Naitatitvayu Naitatitvayu Papadiate Kushudram Hurudaya Daul Baliam Diakutubo Tutishita Paranantapa. Am I too loud? A little loud. Arjuna Uvacha Gatam Pishima Maham Sangankie Duronam Cha Matusu Dana Ishupiha Pratiyotasyami Pujaiha Virasu Dana Pujaiha Varisu Dana. Sorry. Guru Nahatva Hi Mahanupavana 시레요 포쿠둠 바이쿠슈여마 비하 로케 하트발 타카맘스투 구루 니하이바 분지야 포가느 니루 루티라 브라디그타느 나 자이타드 비드마흐 까따라는 노 가리요 야드바 자야마 야디바 노 자예유흐 양네바 하트바 나 지지비셔마스테 지지비셔마스테 바스티타흐 브라무케 탈따라 쉐드르흐 깔바노여 도쇼 바하타스드바 파바흐 깔바노여 도쇼 바하타 도쇼 깔바노여 도쇼 바하타스드 스바 다스바 깔바노여 도쇼 바하타스바 파바흐 브르츠차미 드밤 달마사무무 더자따흐 야츠치레야흐 시아는 니시치땀 부루히 따는메 시쉬어스테함 샤티 맘 드밤 브라빠는 나무 나히 브라빠시아미 마마빠누디아드 야츠초감 무츠초셔 너미는들이야 너무 아바비아 부마바사파트 나무르드탐 부마바사파트 나무르드탐 라지암 수라너마피 자티파티암 산자야 우바짬 에바무크트바 흐루슈이 개샴 구드 개샤흐 바라는 따밤 나 요트시야 이티 고비는 다무크트바 두슈누임 바푸바하 다무바짜 흐루슈이 개샤흐 브라하사는니바 파라타 사나요루 파열 마티에 비슈이다는 따미담 바짜흐 시리 파가바 누바짜 아쇼지야 나는 바 쇼짜스드밤 아쇼지야 나는 바 쇼짜스드밤 브라지냐 바담 시짜 파셔세 가따 숨 시짜 나누 쇼짜는 띠 빠는도 있다흐 나 드베바함 짜뚜 나삼 나 드밤 네메 자나티바흐 sorry 나 짜이바 나 파비슈마흐 살베 바야마타흐 바람흐 데헤 노스미니아타 데헤 가마람 야와남 자라 따타 데하는 따라브라 브딜티 라스타트라 나 무히아티 마트라 스파이샤스투 가운데야 시도시너 수카두하카다 아가마 바이노니티아 스탐 스티토쿠샤스바 파라타 얌히나 비아타야는 디에테 부르셔셔파 사마두 허카수캄 티람 소무르 따뜨바야 가르바테 나 사토 비디아테 바보 나 바보 비디아테 사타흐 우파요라비 드레슈토는 따스트바노 바요 스타트트바다 달시피 드바달시피흐 드레슈토는 따스트바요 스타트바 따트트바 드레슈토는 따스트바요 따스따트트바 Getting dark here. I'm gonna turn on the light soon. 드레슈토는 따스트바요 스타트트바 달시피흐 One more. 드레슈토는 따스트바요 스타트트바 달시피흐 드레슈토는 따스트바요 드레슈토는 따스트바요 드레슈토는 따스트바요 스타트바요 스타트트바 드레슈토는 따스트바요 스타트트바 달시피흐 Should be enough. 3 times. 아비나시 두 다드비드티 예나 살바미담 따따무 비나샴 아비야야시야 나 가시치트 깔토마하시 왜 가시치트 깔토마하티 아는따 바는따 이메 대하 니티아시오크타흐 샤리리너흐 아나시노프라메야시야 다스마디우트 아나시노프라메야시야 다스마디우트티아스 다스마디우트바스바 다스마디우티아스바 바라따 야 에남 베트티 하는따람 야시짜이남 마니아테 핫따무 우페오 데오 나 비자니또 나얌 하는띠 나 하니아테 나 자야테 무리아테 바 가다지는 나얌 부드바 바비다 바나 부야흐 아조 니티아흐 샤시바토얌 부라노 나 하니아테 하니아마네 샤리레 베다 비나시남 니티암 야 에나마자 마비야야무 가탐 사 부르셔흐 발타 감 카타야티 하는띠 까무 바삼시 질너니 야타 비하야 나바니 그르흐너띠 나로파라누이 타타 샤리라누이 비하야 질너니아니아니 삼니아띠 나바니 데히 sorry 나이남 치는다는 띠 샤스트라누이 나이남 다하띠 바바카흐 나 짜이남 글레다야는 띠아포 나 쇼쇼야띠 마루타흐 아즈체디오 야마다 히오 야마클레디오 쇼슈여 에바짱 니티아흐 살바가타흐 스타누라 잘로얌 사나다나흐 아비야크토 야마치는 띠오 야마피카 리오 야무부치아테 I'm gonna take a little break. Turn on the light here. It's getting really dark. Okay, sorry about that. But 1/3's done. 아비아크토 야마치는 뛰어야마 아비아크토 야마치는 뛰어야마 비카리오 야무치아테 다스마 데밤 비디트바이남 나누 쇼치투 말하시 아타 자이남 니티아자담 니티암 바 마니아세 모르담 तथापि तवाम महाबाहो नाइवाम शोचितुमर्हसि जातस्य हि तुरुवो मुरुतिर्तुरुवाम जानमा मुरुतस्य च तस्मादपरिहार्यर्थे न तवाम शोचितुमर्हसि अव्यगतादीनि भूतानि व्यगतमथ्यानि भारत अव्यगतनिथान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनमाश्चर्यवद् वदति कश्चिदेनमाश्चर्यवद् वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवत् चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित् देहि नित्यमवध्योऽयं देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वां शोचितुमर्हसि सर्वधर्ममपि चावेकुषुय न विकम्पितुमर्हसि धर्म्यादधि युद्धथा च श्रेयोन्यत् कुशोत्तरीयस्य युद्धथा च श्रेयोन्यत् कुशोत्तरीयस्य न विद्यते 야드르츠차야 좁아빠는남 스발가드바라마빠버릇담 수키나흐 구셔드리야흐 발타 라파는데 유드타미 드르샴 아타 제트트바미맘 달미암 상은그라맘 나 가리시어시 따따흐 스바탈맘 길팀 자 히트바 바바마바 버시아시 아길팀 자비 부다니 가타이쉬어는디 데비아얌 아문파비타시아 자길팀 마라노다 디티리에 리치아테 자길들 말하노다 디리치아테 I wanna check who's outside. Give me 1 second. This is my life. Okay, where was I? Akiltim jampi putani katayushyananti devyayama samampavitasya jakilti marano datirichate payadrano duparatam mamsianante devam maharatah yeshom ja devam bahumato putva yasyasi la kavamu avatyabadam shecha bahu는 받으시었는디 다바히타흐 니는다는 따스다바 니는다는 따스다바 사말티암 따또 두허카타람 누기무 하또 바 브라브시아시 스발감 지트바 바 모쿠시어세 마히무 다스마 두드티시터 감는때야 유드타야 그렇단디시자야흐 수카두허케 삼에 그렇드바 라파우 자야자야오 따또 유드타야 유지아스바 나이밤 바바마바 버시아시 에슈 대피히타 상은키에 부드티리오게 드비맘 시르누어 부드티아 유그도 야야 발타 갈마바는탐 브라하시아시 네하 피크라마나 쇼스티 브라티아바요 나 비디아테 스바를 바마피아시아 탈마시아 드라야테 마하토 파야트 비아바사야 드미까 부드티레케하 구루나는다나 바후샤카 히아나는다 셰자 부드타요 비아바사이나무 sorry 야미맘 부슈피땀 빠짬 브라바다는 디아비파시치타흐 베다바다라타흐 발타 나니아다스티티 바디나흐 까마트마나흐 스발가파람 자느마깔마팔라브라담 그리야 비셰셔바훌람 포가이시바리아가팀 프라티 sorry 포가이시바리아 프라사크타남 다야바흐르타짜타삼 비아바사야 드미까 부드티흐 사마타오 나 비티야테 드라이구누여 비쇼야 베다 니스드라이구누요 바방알주나 닐드반드보 니티아사트바스토 니리오가쿠쇼에마 아드마바느 sorry 야바날타 우다바네 살바타흐 사문불로 또닥게 다바는 살베슈 베데슈 브라흐마너시아 비자나타흐 깔마누예 방티카라스테 마 팔레슈 가다자나 마 깔마팔라 해툴풀 마데 상은고스뜨바 깔마누이 요가스타흐 구루 깔마누이 상은감 디아크트바 다난자야 시드티아시티오흐 사모 부드바 사마드밤 요가 우지아떼 두레너 히아바람 깔마 부드티 요가 드타난자야 부드타오 샤라너 많은 비치차 샤라너 많은 비치차 그르파너흐 팔라헤타바흐 부드티유크도 마하 자하디하 우페 수크르타도 슈크르테 다스마디 요가야 유지아스바 요가흐 깔마수 가우샬라무 깔마잠 부드티유크다 히 팔람 디아크드바 마니 슈이너흐 자느마바는 타빈일 무크다흐 바담 까츠차는 디아나마야무 야당 때 모하칼릴람 부드틸비아티 따리시어티 다당 가는따시 닐베담 슈루타시아 짜 슈루티 비프라티파느나 때 야당 스타시아티 니셔짤라 사마타 바짤라 부드티스 따당 요가마바 버시아시 알주나 우바짱 스티타 프라지냐시아 까 파쇼 사마티스타시아 깨샤바 스티타티흐 김 프라파쇼에타 기마시타 프라자타 김 श्री भगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् तथा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थ मनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्ततोच्यते 두학카시바 누드비그나 마나흐 수케슈 비가타스푸르하흐 비타라가 파야크로타흐 스티타틸 무니루치아테 야흐 살바트라나 피스네 하스타트타트 프라피암 슈파무 나 비나는 다띠 나 뜨베슈투이 다시야 프라지냐 프라테슈투이타 야다 삼하라테 짜얌 꿀 몽은가 니바 사이바샤흐 이는들이야 테피아스타시아 프라지냐 프라테슈투이타 I kind of want to say this again. 이는들이야 테피아스타시아 프라지냐 프라테슈투이타 비쇼야 비니발타는 때 니라하라시아 데히나흐 라사발잠 라소피아시아 바람 드르셔토바 니발타테 야타토 히아피 가우는테야 부르샤시아 비파시치타흐 이는들이야 누이 브라마티나 하라는 띠 브라사팜 마나흐 따니 살바누이 사미야미야 유크타 아시타 마트파라흐 파셰히 야시에는드리야누이 다시야 브라지냐 브라티슈투이타 티아야또 비셔얌 비셔야는 봄사흐 상은가스테슈 빠자야테 상은가스테슈 빠자야테 상은가트 산자 상은가트 산자야테 까마흐 까마트 그로토피자야테 까마트 그로토피자야테 그로탕아드 파바티 담은모하흐 담 그로탕아드 파바티 사문모하흐 사문모하드스 스무르티 비프라마흐 사문모하드 스무르티 비프라마흐 스무르티 프람샤드 부드티나쇼 부드티나샤드 파라노시아티 라가드 베셔 비무크다이스투 라가드 베셔 비유크다이스투 비셔야 니는들이 야이 실자라는 비셔야 니는들이 야이 실자라는 아트마바이시야 시아일 아트마바이시아일 비테야 아트마 브라사다마티가츠 차티 브라사데 살베두허카남 하니라 시오빠자야테 브라사는 나짜타소 히야슈 부드티흐 바리아바티슈터테 나스티 부드티라 유크타시야 나자 유크타시야 파바나 나자 파바야타흐 샤는 띠라 샤는 따시야 꾸타흐 수카무 이는들이야놈 히 짜라땀 야는마노누 비티야테 다다시야 하라티 브라지냠 바율나 바미밤은 파시 바율나 바미밤은 파시 다스마디아시야 마하바호 니그르히다니 살바샤흐 이는들이야 누이는들이야 알테피아스타시야 브라지냐 브라티슈투이타 야 니샤 살바푸다남 하시얌 자갈티 사미야미 야시얌 자그라티 푸다니 사 니샤 바시아토 무네흐 Okay, just 3 verses left. Yay. Thought there was more. 72 verses. I thought it was 77 or something for some reason. 부리야마너 마짤라 프라티슈탐 사무드라마 파흐 브라비샤는띠 야드바트 다드바트까맘 다드바트까마얌 브라비샤는띠 살베 사 샤는띠마 브노띠 나 까마까미 비하야 까마니아흐 살바는 뿜맘 실자라띠 니허스부르하흐 니마모 니라하근 까라흐 사 샤는띠 마티가츠 차띠 에슈 Brahmi Sititih Bata Nainam Brahpya Vimuhyati Sthitavasya Manantaka Lepi Brahma Nirvana Murchati Brahma Nirvana Murchati Tattasaditi Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishatusu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Sambade Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyotyayah. Taking a break. It took me 40 minutes. Bush. I have to say Namaste to the text. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly read the English translation and call it a day. Sanjaya said, Unto him thus possessed with pity, his eyes filled and oppressed with tears, and desponding, the slayer of Matu said these words. The Holy One said, Once, O Arjuna, hath come upon thee at such a crisis, this despondency that is unbecoming a person of noble birth, that shuts one out from heaven, and that is productive of infamy. Let no effeminacy be thine, O son of Kunti. This suits thee not. Shaking off this vile weakness of heart, arise, O chastiser of foes. Arjuna said, How, O slayer of Matu, can I with arrows contend in battle against Bhishma and Drona, deserving as they are, O slayer of Matu, a slayer of foes, of worship? Without slaying preceptors of great glory, it is well to live on even alms in this world. But slaying preceptors, even if they are avaricious of wealth, I should only enjoy pleasures that are blood-stained. We know not of which of the two is of greater moment to us, viz. Whether we should conquer them or they should conquer us. Those slaying whom we would not like to live, even they, the sons of Dhritarashtra, stand before. My nature affected by the taint of compassion, my mind unsettled about duty, I ask thee, tell me what is assuredly good. I am thy disciple, or instruct me, I seek thy aid. I do not see which would dispel that grief of mine, blasting my very senses, even if I obtain a prosperous kingdom on earth without a foe, or the very sovereignty of the gods. Sanjaya said, having said this unto Hrishikesha, the chastiser of foes, Gudakesha, addressed Govinda, saying, I will not fight, and then remained silent. Unto him overcome by despondency, Hrishikesha, in the midst of the two armies, said, The Holy One said, Thou mournest those that deserve not to be mourned. Thou speakest also the words of the wise. Those, however, that are wise, grieve neither for the dead nor for the living. It is not that I, or you, or those rulers of men never were, or that all of us shall not hereafter be. Of an embodied being, as childhood, youth, and decrepitude are in this body, so is the acquisition of another body. The man that is wise is never deluded in this. The context of the senses with their objects producing heat and cold, pleasure and pain are not permanent, having a beginning and an end. Do thou, O Parata, endure them. For the man whom these afflict not, O Buddha among men, who is the same in pain and pleasure, and who is firm in mind, is fit for emancipation. There is no existence of anything that is distinct from the soul, nor non-existence of anything possessing the virtues of the soul. This conclusion in respect of both these hath been arrived at by those that know the truths. Know that to be immortal by which all this is pervaded, no one can compass the destruction of that which is imperishable. It hath been said that those bodies of the embodied, which is eternal, indestructible, and infinite, have an end. Do thou therefore fight, O Parata. He who thinks it to be the slayer, and he who thinks it to be the slain, both of them know nothing, for it neither slays nor is slain. It is never born, nor doth it ever die, nor having existed, will it exist no more. Unborn, unchangeable, eternal, and ancient, it is not slain upon the body being slain. That man who knoweth it to be indestructible, unchanging, without decay, how and whom can he slay or cause to be slain? As a man casting off robes that are worn out putteth on others that are new, so the embodied, casting off bodies that are worn out, entereth other bodies that are new. Weapons cleave it not, fire consumeth it not, the waters do not drench it, nor doth the wind waste it. It is incapable of being cut, burnt, drenched, or dried up. It is unchangeable, all-pervading, stable, firm, and eternal. It is said to be imperceivable, inconceivable, and unchanging. Therefore, knowing it to be such, it behoveth thee not to mourn. Then again, even if thou regardest it as constantly born and constantly dead, it behoveth thee not yet, O mighty armed one, to mourn thus. For of one that is born death is certain, and of one that is dead birth is certain. Therefore it behoveth thee not to mourn in a matter that is unavoidable. And all beings were unmanifest, only during an interval, O Parata, are they manifest, and then again, when death comes, they become unmanifest. What grief then is there in this? One looks upon it as a marvel, another speaks of it as a marvel, yet even after having heard of it, no one apprehends it truly. The embodied, O Parata, is ever indestructible in every one's body. Therefore, it behoveth thee not to grieve for all creatures. Casting thy eyes on the duties of thy order, it behoveth thee not to waver, for there is nothing else that is better for a Kshatriya than a battle fought fairly. Arrived of itself, and an open gate of heaven, happy are those Kshatriyas, O Bharata, that obtain such a fight. But if thou dost not fight such a just battle, thou shalt then incur sin by abandoning the duties of thy order and thy fame. People will then proclaim thy eternal infamy, and to one that is held in respect infamy is greater than death itself. All great car warriors will regard thee as abstaining from battle from fear, and thou wilt be thought lightly by those that had esteemed thee highly. Thy enemies, decrying thy prowess, will say many words which should not be said. What can be more painful than that? Slain, thou wilt attain to heaven, or victorious, thou wilt enjoy the earth. Therefore arise, O son of Kunti, resolve for battle. Regarding pleasure and pain, gain and loss, victory and defeat as equal, do battle for battle's sake, and sin will not be thine. This knowledge that hath been communicated to thee is in the Sankhya. Listen now to that in the Yoga. Possessed of that knowledge, thou, O Bharata, will cast off the bonds of action. In this, there is no waste of even the first attempt. There are no impediments. Even a little of this piety delivers from great fear. Here, O son of Guru, there is only one state of mind, consisting in firm devotion. The minds of those, however, that are not firmly devoted are many branched, and attached to endless pursuits. That flowery talk which they that are ignorant, they that delight in the words of the Vedas, they, O Bharata, that say that there is nothing else, they whose minds are attached to worldly pleasures, they that regard heaven as the highest object of acquisition, utter, which promises birth as the fruit of action, and which concerns itself with multifarious rights of specific characters for the attainment of pleasures and power, their hearts being deluded by that, the minds of those men who are attached to pleasure and power cannot be directed to contemplation. regarding it as the sole means of emancipation. The Vedas are concerned with three qualities. Be thou, O Arjuna, free from them, unaffected by pairs of contraries, ever adhering to patience, without anxiety for new acquisitions or protection of those already acquired, and self-possessed. Whatever objects are served by a tank or well may all be served by a vast sheet of water extending all around. So whatever objects may be served by all the Vedas may all be had by a Brahmana having knowledge. Thy concern is with work only, but not with the fruit. Let not the fruit be thy motive for work, nor let thy inclination be for inaction. Staying in devotion, apply thyself to work, casting off attachment, O Dhananjaya, and being the same in success or unsuccess. This equanimity is called yoga. Work is far inferior to devotion, O Dhananjaya. Seek thou the protection of devotion. They that work for the sake of food are miserable. He who hath devotion throws off, even in this world, both good actions and bad actions. Therefore, apply thyself to devotion. Devotion is only cleverness in action. The wise possessed of devotion cast off the fruit born of action, and free from the obligation of birth, attain to that region where there is no unhappiness. Sorry, I'm being distracted. When thy mind shall have crossed the maze of delusion, then shalt thou attain to an indifference as regards the hearable and the heard. When thy mind, distracted by what thou hast heard, will be firmly and immovably fixed on contemplation, then wilt thou attain to devotion. Arjuna said, What, O Keshava, are the indications of one whose mind is fixed on contemplation? How should one of steady mind speak? How sit? How move? The Holy One said, When one casts off all the desires of his heart and is pleased within self with self, then is one said to be of steady mind. He whose mind is not agitated amid calamities, whose craving for pleasure is gone, who is free from attachment, fear and wrath, is said to be a Muni of steady mind. His is steadiness of mind, who is without affection everywhere, and who feeleth no exultation and no aversion on obtaining diverse objects that are agreeable and disagreeable. When one withdraws his senses from the objects of senses, as the tortoise its limbs from all sides, even his is steadiness of mind. Objects of sense fall back from an abstinent person, but not so the passion. Even the passion recedes from one who has beheld the Supreme. The agitating senses, O son of Kunti, forcibly draw away the mind of even a wise man striving hard to keep himself aloof from them. Restraining them all, one should stay in contemplation, making me his sole refuge. For his is steadiness of mind whose senses are under control. Thinking of the objects of sense, a person's attachment is begotten towards them. From attachment springeth wrath. From wrath ariseth one of discrimination. From one of discrimination, loss of memory. From loss of memory, loss of understanding. And from loss of understanding is utterly ruined. But the self-restrained man, enjoying objects with senses free from attachment and aversion and under his own control, attaineth to peace. On peace being attained, the annihilation of all his miseries taketh place, since the mind of him whose heart is peaceful soon becometh steady. He who is not self-restrained hath no knowledge. He who is not self-restrained hath no contemplation. He who hath no contemplation hath no peace. Whence can there be happiness for him who hath no peace? For the heart that follows in the wake of the senses moving destroys his understanding like the wind a boat in the waters. Therefore, O thou of mighty arms, his is steadiness of mind, whose senses are restrained on all sides from the objects of sense. The restrained man is awake when it is night for all creatures, and when other creatures are awake, that is night to a discerning Muni. He into whom all objects of desire enter, even as the waters enter the ocean, which constantly replenished still maintains its watermark unchanged, obtains peace, and not one that longeth for objects of desire. That man who moveth about, giving up all objects of desire, who is free from craving, and who hath no affection and no pride, attaineth to peace. This Oppangata is the divine state. Attaining to it, one is never deluded. Abiding in it, one obtains undeath, absorption into the Supreme Self. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. I'm gonna chant in about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Have a good day, everyone. Namaste.